Joseph here with Translogistics. We're going to spend a couple minutes here just to show you how to book a shipment using ViewPoint 2.0. So the very first thing we're going to do after I share my screen here is we are going to open up a browser. So for this, we're going to use Google Chrome. You can use any browser. And what you want to put in the domain here is vp.translogisticsinc.com. And you are then going to arrive at ViewPoint 2.0. From here, we're going to log in with our email address and password. And then on the left-hand side of the screen, we are going to click on Schedule Shipment. If you have multiple locations, multiple shipping locations, and multiple facilities, you want to click Change here and pick which facility needs to be billed. Okay, so for this one, we're going to say David World. If you only have one location or all the locations that you're routing from are only being built to one location, you don't really need to edit that at all. So the next thing that we need to do here, we have our checklist here to the right. And we see that the things that are still required are in blue, so we need to fill in the address information here. So I already have my origin information, so I'm going to start populating the destination. Everything can be searched, so we could do a customer name, city, state, zip. So we're going to do state, for example, here. Hit the magnifying glass, and then find which location that we're routing the freight out of. After that, we can then change anything that we need to change, such as contact information. And we're going to go to the next section because now our checklist has flipped green. In the next section here for items, we're going to add the weight. We're going to add our commodity information. So 500 pounds, we'll say it's one pallet. We're going to say it's simply a 48 by 48 by 40 inch pallet. So this will actually automatically determine the density for us, which is nice. So it's only going to retrieve back commodities that fall under this density. So if we hit this magnifying glass, we're now only going to see commodities that have a density around 9. So these are 8 to 10, 8 to 10. So we know, okay, this is the correct commodity. So you're not being hit with a reclassification or anything after the fact. After we've select the commodities, we then go to services and we select any special accessorials that are associated with this shipment. So this could be a destination liftgate, it could be any accessorials that are needed. After that, we select our equipment type. So we're going to select van because this is an LTL shipment, and we are going to hit fetch rate. So right now the system is actually going and pulling multiple contracts from multiple carriers and multiple contracts even with the same carrier. You're going to see some contracts in here that'll be for standard service, other contracts in here that'll be for guaranteed service or guaranteed even at a specific time. So we're just going to wait here for this to populate our contracts, and we're going to go through and find which one will be best suited for us. So for this example, maybe we're just going to select the least cost provider, which would be Forward Air for this shipment. We're then going to scroll down to the next section here. And all that's left here for references is putting the direction type. If you want to add additional references, such as a PO number, we just hit this plus sign and select which additional references we want to add. So if we want to add PO number, we'll go to PO number. Then we're going to add our demonstration PO number there. From there, we can freeform type any special BOL instructions or just leave it blank there and check this regarding our legal statement here and either save the quote down or book the shipment. So we're going to book the shipment. And when we book the shipment, some interesting things are happening. The first thing that's happening is that it's actually going to be tendering the pickup request to the carriers. So you as a shipper do not need to make another phone call and request, in this example, Forward Air to come in and make that pickup for you. It's going to automatically send that pickup request to the carrier. So that's nice. And the second thing that the system is then doing is it's actually creating your shipping documents, such as your bill of lading, your pallet labels, a quote form maybe if you need to save the quote down. So we're just waiting on those documents to be generated and waiting for confirmation that it has been properly tendered over to the carrier. All right, great, it says success, so that was completed. And now we have our bill of lading. And we also have the ability of alerting client services with like instant message functions here. So this is hot, please let me know when it delivers, for example. Then we can send a message off to our team. A little bit of a typo there. And we can also tag the shipment for additional alerts, such as maybe putting in an email address where every time the carrier has an update of the shipment in transit, it'll prompt you with an email so you or your customer knows where it's at all times. And you can add additional people there just by separating it by semicolon. In addition, we could generate our bill of lading from here, which now it's in a PDF format where we could print it, email it, fax it, do whatever you need to get the bill of lading over to the dock. And then finally, we hit schedule shipment and we're ready for our next shipment. And that's it for when it comes to scheduling shipments. It's as easy as that. Thanks, guys.